Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This sniper way of taking my entries that gives very high winning rate. So we started reviewing a trade last week, and this is the trade that we took, and I actually showed you guys the reason behind which we took this trade. By then the trade was still up here, and it finally moved right to take profit, and then broke the zone and came down. So I'm going to be sharing with you how you can combine two other factors to take very good trading setups, right? So it doesn't matter what you're trading, whether it's forex, synthetic indices, VIX 75, the strategy works for both. All right, so okay traders, welcome to my channel. I am Full Kingsley. By the grace of God, I bring to you guys strategies, tutorials on the forex market, volatility indices, metals like gold, Nasdaq, VIX 75, many other instruments. You want to subscribe to the channel by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell to not miss out. Basically, last week we actually did this analysis on VIX 75, and remember that we actually talked about this entry. All right, so this trade here was based on this entry, and it was based on the H4 rejection of this candlestick, of which we talked about the double top confirmation, and which was in the 1 hour time frame, right? So this is the double top confirmation that we actually talked about, which actually happened, and then we saw a double top, and then price broke the neckline, came back and retested. All right, so price actually, after moving and breaking the neckline, it moved right down here, and basically it was just based on what, this H4 time frame. So this H4 time frame was just a simple trendline entry where we had to connect this high to this high. All right, and then that price come back and then reject, and then we look for what, a rejection, and then we look for a candlestick confirmation. So we saw what, this bearish candle, which has its wicks pointing upwards, and with significance of candlestick analysis, we have explained that rejections in candlestick, the type of candlestick that form within a zone, explain what happens. So you see candlestick with a very long wick pointing up, indicating that what, the bulls and the bears contesting here, actually the bears won by pushing the body of the candle to close behind or right down, causing a long wick up, which is a rejection around the zone here. All right, so now we actually had our target here. Okay, so we had our target here, and why did we have our target here? Because we had this to be another support here. This was a support which was based on this trend line. Now if you just look at it, all right, you are taking your trade based on this could be considered as the previous low. All right, this could be considered as the previous low where you can be taking your first target. Okay, but now if you look at it very well, just from a normal perspective, you can see that here we have a diagonal support. All right, so like I said, you need to train your eyes to be able to identify this. So I had to do this. So when you connect, you pick your trend line, you connect this trough, you connect to this, and then you drag right. You realize that what happened, price after coming here, price had to reject. Okay, look at how I do my connection. I make sure that I get the touches, and I get the touches around the wicks. So when I take from here, I make sure this wick is touched and make sure the next wick is touched. So what happened, finally, price after moving, price consolidated and finally broke out. We saw a very strong breakout in the H4 time frame with a very strong bearish candle. Okay, remember we are looking more of sell setups, okay, because we are seeing price forming what, lower lows and then lower highs. So we are looking more of sell setups. So if you miss the initial entry or miss the double top entry, all right, and miss the retest, then we'll only be looking for price to either break new zones or pull back, right? So what happened is that price actually came and broke out. Now breaking out from here, it gives another entry opportunities. All right, so I'll share with you, see how supply and demand you can use a supply zone and combine with other factors. Right, now we have talked about this theory already. Now you see that after the breakout here, all right, there are people who actually be entering based on what, the violent breakout. People who trade based on violent breakout, right, will be taking their sells, and then other people will be waiting for price to pull back to this zone here. Now if you are taking your trade here, how are you going to be targeting? All right, anyways, we are going to come to that later. All right, so now seeing that what, price has created this low, right, created a new low, and then create a new low, you start pulling back. Now we know that here becomes what, a rejection zone, because we'll be waiting for price to pull back. Okay, so from here now, what happened? From here now, we identify that this is already what, a supply zone, because we have this concept of what, drop base and drop. Okay, so if you look at it very well, if you drop to a smaller time frame, you are going to see this is the only bullish candle that was formed. Now if you look at this breakout here, you are going to see momentum candles. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4. After this candlestick, we had 4 bearish momentum candle, which is what institutions. This is the institution, and this is what we call the order block. This is the last bullish candle that was formed before this down move, and this automatically becomes what a supply zone. As we have explained, this is one of the ways in which you can identify a supply zone. All right, because we have a drop, base and drop. Now if you drop further to smaller time frame, let's just say to the 15 minutes time frame, you understand the significance of what I'm actually explaining here, right? Okay, now look at it in a smaller time frame. You see that when price drop, okay, when price drop here, we had what, a kind of consolidation. Okay, we had this candlestick that consolidated here a little bit before dropping. Finally when it drops, it comes back to this zone. Now it becomes what, a resistance, or it becomes a supply zone. Okay, at the same time, it's not only a supply zone, it's what, a rejection around, it's a retest of this trend line. So from here you can combine two factors. So using the supply or the demand and supply knowledge that I've been sharing with you in this channel, you connect what, you connect from the top of this candle, right, which is the only green candle that formed here, and then you drag right to the bottom and then you extend. All right, when you extend here, basically you are already waiting for price to pull back. Okay, so if we are assuming that price was here, right, this is how price was after the breakout. Let's just say from the breakout you did not catch the breakout, so price broke out from here and then you didn't enter, for instance. Now you'll be waiting for price to pull back to that zone there, and while waiting for price to pull back and retest this line, you have already identified your supply zone. Okay, so when price pulls back now here, all right, some people, according to our demand supply knowledge that I've been bringing to you in this channel, if you have not watched the video, then you can still make sure you watch those videos so that you understand this concept very well. So what you simply do now is you can place your sell limit order here, and then you have your stop loss above there, right? So you can be placing your sell limit order like that while price is still pulling up. Okay, and then you place your stop loss a little bit above those candlesticks, and then at the first instant you target the previous low. Our target, remember, our target mostly is usually the previous low, right? This is previous low at the moment. Okay, while in the H4 time frame, if you are taking 2 trades, for instance, you'll be looking for the lower part of this, all right, of this channel. So you see that price actually moved based on that. So we had this was a very high confluence entry where you can see have a good 1:4, 1:3 risk to reward ratio, which is not bad. And you see that we had 2 or 3 confirmations. We have the rejection of this trend line. Okay, we have a supply zone, we have bearish confirmation candles. You see the long wick that's pointing up. All right, so in this channel you can get, you can watch the videos of all of this aspect. I've made videos and I've explained on candlesticks, significance of candlesticks. I've talked about supply and demand zones. I've talked about these rejections, and then I've talked about trend lines, how to draw trend line, all of that. So it's all a combination. In this channel you can get all of these pieces and then you make a complete whole strategy, right? So you see now that price have now, you see that currently the reason why price is consolidating here is because price is finally creating a rejection around there, and that's already a support zone, right? And price, if price will finally break through the support zone, it's mostly going to head right down. And now if you took 2 trades, for instance, you are exiting one here, all right, and what you do now that price is in the support zone is you move your stop loss, okay, of the second trade and put at break even. This is how you can manage your trades. Now from the H4 time frame, you are going to see, where to place your next target. All right, from there you can know where to place your next target. You can be targeting the low of this, this channel here, and you see that eventually when price breaks, price is most likely going to move this VIX75, and it's very volatile, so price can most likely make it right down to this zone here. And if you go to bigger time frames like the daily time frames, you can still mark out zones like this. Okay, for swing traders you can mark out zones like this, right? You mark out zones like these, you mark out zones like these. Okay, these are rejection zones where price will potentially be pulling down to. Okay, you can see why price is being rejected around this zone here, because we have this to be a rejection zone. Look at it very well. See this week, the wicks of candle here indicates this is a demand zone in a big time frame. All right, so if you drop to 4 hours time frame, you understand exactly why, because this is what a rejection zone. That's why you see that price is finding it difficult to break through. So that's why when you're taking your trades, always try to go to bigger time frames, and then you try to plot out zones like this. All right, so you plot out zones like this will help in your targeting. Someone asked me how to target trades. This is how you are going to identify. So if you are placing your trades and you are placing the first target here, right, you can place the second target here and the third target there if you are a swing trader, or you have the patience to hold trades for much longer, right? So that's very simple how you can do your analysis, and then you catch good trade setups, and then you are able to combine a series of factors. So basically, you need to have knowledge on candlesticks, you need to have knowledge on market structure, you need to have knowledge on what on demand and supply. All right, so you could still combine these things. All right, I know each and every aspect of this you can still use it as a single aspect, and you still get good trading setups. You are still good at. But if you have knowledge, at least you know a bit of every of these things, then you can use them in combination, and you have very good trading setups, right? So that's basically how you can be doing your analysis, guys, and then you are catching good trading setups. So this was like a review of the whole trade and how you can further get good trading sniper entry setups, right? So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, if you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe by hitting on the subscribe button and notification bell, so that whenever I post a new video, you'll be the first to get a notification.